Hi, my name's Lily and I'm here at a leading carton manufacturer to explore the facility and find out exactly what goes into carton manufacturing. Some of the UK's best known brands have used them for decades and they're all made from natural resources and can be recycled easily. So come along with me and we'll find out more. Welcome to our first stop, the customer service department. This is where the team puts together a price that accounts for the number of colours that will be used, the carton's dimensions, any specific requirements such as gold blocking or reverse print, what materials that will be used such as virgin fibre or recycled board, and whether the carton will be in contact with food, and if it is, low migration inks and coatings are required. Here we are in the design studio. This is where we discover that the customer and everyone who's going to be assembling the carton needs to know exactly what they're expecting. That's why most carton manufacturers make use of a CAD system. I'm here with Richard, who uses a CAD system on a daily basis. Hi Richard.
Hi.
Can you tell me a bit more about how this machine works?
Well, this machine is linked to our computer-aided design software. We draw out all the cuts and the creases of the carton, and then this machine interprets those cuts and creases. It then plots them out onto the plain board, and we send these plain samples out to our customer for approval.
Okay, well it sounds like cartons have a very long list of qualities that need to be fulfilled. How do you guarantee that the customer gets exactly what they're after?
We have quite a comprehensive list of criteria that we need to go through with our client in terms of size, machine capability, board substrate, just to make sure the job is fit for purpose. So once we go through that, we send the samples off for approval, and then we can release a digital key line on their approval.
Okay, and what's the next step in the carton manufacturing process?
Well, once the samples are approved, then it moves over to the repro area.
Should we go and take a look at that then? This is where the team takes the client-supplied artwork and makes it compatible with their own machinery. They can also fix any foreseeable issues, such as making things like fine text still visible on a carton. The images are then put into a computer-to-plate system, collated into the correct order before being rigorously checked to make sure they're exactly what the customer had in mind. But I'm going to find out more about this in the plate-making department. So it's here where people like Andy use a software to duplicate each carton and position them accordingly to make the most of each sheet. So Andy, after you receive an image from the repro department, what do you do with it?
Well, the image comes down to us digitally. It is then sent to the supersetter, which is the machine that makes the plates. When it gets onto the supersetter, a laser cuts off the bits we don't want, which is these white areas, and leaves the bits we do want. And it does that for each colour, so we can build the colours up to make the printed carton.
And how long does that process usually take?
It takes between 40 and 45 minutes to get a full set of plates out.
Okay, so how many projects could you see each day?
Normally between 30 and 40, because we work from 6 in the morning till 10 at night in this department.
And does that ever get stressful?
Sometimes it does when they're small runs and they back up very close to each other. It does sometimes, but we're a good team in here and we get on well, so we all help each other out.
So what's the next step for these plates?
The next step after this, we check them all out, then we will send them to the printing press, where they will load them up and print the job.
Thank you. That's our next stop then. I'm now here in the print department with Andy, and so far I've learnt about how an order's received, how images are converted, and how they're transferred and positioned onto a sheet. Andy, where do you fit into the carton manufacturing process?
Well, we are the print department, and once we've received our job instructions, we proceed in printing the product.
What are these machines called and what do they do?
Well, this one here is the Roland 700, which is a 7-colour press with a coater. It's a very versatile machine, as we can use conventional and UV inks. The Heidelberg over here is a 6-colour press with a coater, but that is 100% dedicated UV printing.
And once a carton is printed, can you move on to the next one in the pipeline?
Once we've done our wash-up procedures and end-of-line procedures, we can proceed on to our next job, yes.
And once a carton is printed, is it complete?
Yes, as regards to printing, it's complete. That'll move on then to the cut and crease department.
Let's go have a look there, shall we? Here we are in the cut and crease area, where the team prepares to meet the project's exact specifications. The cutting parameters are defined and the sheets are either cut with a sharp knife or creased with a blunt blade. The crease establishes the carton's framework and allows it to fold. Then it's off to the gluing department for these guys. Here we see an operator feeding cartons into the hopper. As the machine progresses, the creases are broken and just the right amount of glue is applied. At the end of the gluing line, the cartons are subjected to pressure to ensure the glue has firmly bonded. They are then loaded into a transit case before being checked by the quality department to ensure they meet all specifications. If they do, they are loaded into a lorry before being delivered to a central warehouse or direct to the customer. So there you have it, an insider's look into the carton manufacturing industry and all the talented people that are involved. Thank you for coming along with me today, and I hope it sheds a light into the meticulous work that goes into carton manufacturing. I know I'll never look at them the same way again.